Hey, how's it going? Hope you're doing well this Friday. This is Jerry with Wealth Dynamics. I want to talk to you today about building an empire, and I want to make sure that 2018 is the year that it happens for you. So, I'm Jerry. I own Wealth Dynamics. Right now, the purpose I serve for you in your life is to help you own your God-given ultimate potential. Most people don't do that because they're spending 40 hours a week trading their time, which they can never get back, for little green pieces of paper called money. They're not backed by anything, and they do that 40 hours a week, 40 years to life. I call it the 40 to life sentence. Eric Maury, what's up? Hope you're doing well today. Share this if you have just logged on. I want to see live in the comments, LIVE. We're talking about wealth. We're talking about how to build an empire in 2018. And I want to talk to you first about what an empire is. Now, before I do that, I need to pitch something to you. On Wednesday, I bought 20 tickets to the 10X Growth Con. I'm giving them away, okay? 20 tickets to the 10X Growth Con. It's going to be February 22nd through 24th in Las Vegas at the Mandalay Bay. There's going to be 20 speakers, people like Grant Cardone, people like Damon John, people like Ed Milet, CEO of World Financial Group, Ty Lopez, Lewis Howes. It's going to be huge, guys. You can get there for free. I have a ticket for you, and it's part of my coaching program. If you are on a 3-year coaching program and you sign up with me before these tickets run out, you get a free ticket to the 10X Growth Con. I want to talk to you about what that includes. First, though, I want to talk to you about building an empire. What is an empire? When I first heard empire when I was little, I thought of, all the movies we see growing up. Aladdin, Robin Hood, and you think of all these different like castles and riches, and that's what I thought of when I thought empire. Okay, I love the likes. Share that or like that if you thought of empire as that too as a kid. That was my idea of what an empire was. Now, as I grew older, the idea of it became more and more vague because I started to abandon the concept. I started to get rid of it. It was no longer a real thing. I didn't want to be Aladdin anymore. I grew up. Someone took that idea and threw it out the window, right? I no longer wanted to have a castle. That wasn't something I thought was realistic. And so I gave up on the concept. And actually last year during the 10X Growth Con, Grant Cardone's wife, Elena Cardone, got up and she started speaking about this concept of an empire. All right? And what I got across from her, what she communicated to me, is the same thing I want to communicate to you. Empires involve control. Okay? If you're building an empire, it's going to require a high degree of control. There's no way around that. Now, ironically, when I looked up empire, I'm big on etymology, where words came from. When I looked up empire, it literally meant control. Okay, so I'm going to pull it up here because I want to read this definition. This is straight from the dictionary. Okay, so when you look up the word empire at its root, it means to rule or command. Is that not control? So by definition, an empire is being in control of something. You have to have a standpoint where you're controlling. Now, when we were growing up, we were told two things. Nobody likes a control freak, and nobody likes a micromanager. And so because of that, many of us, we've never built an empire because we've never controlled. We've always thought that that was a bad thing. Here's the reality. If you're driving your car, do you want to control the steering wheel? Or are you afraid of being a micromanager? You don't want to micromanage, and you don't want people to think you're a control freak while you're in traffic running into them because you're not controlling your steering wheel. Control is not a bad thing. Control is only bad if you use it in a bad sense, if you're manipulating people, if your intentions are poor. And so if you're going to build an empire, you have to have control. Now, 2017 is the year that I finally got it. I understood what an empire was. My wife and I came back from the Growth Con. We sat down that night. We listed out our goals. We listed out our empire. We listed out who was controlling what part. And we really got clear on that. So I want to walk you through how to build an empire, okay? And I'm going to basically walk you through the fact that whether you're controlling it or not, somebody is controlling it. Okay, and I want to relate this to your finances and to your wealth because that's what I do. So I want to just have you, think with me here. Think back to financial decisions you have made in your lifetime. First one is probably your house. Your house popped up. Someone said that was a good idea. Buy a house. It's an excellent idea. It's how you build wealth. I saw a BS article about if millennials don't buy houses, they're giving up their wealth. When you buy a house, who gets more wealthy? You or the bank? Just an honest question. You or the bank? Who gets more wealthy? The bank. 100% of the time. And so if they have control, you don't have control. They're not paying you. When you put your money in a 401k in the stock market, who makes more money? You or Wall Street? Wall Street, every single time. And that one is a scam, guys. I'm not going to bunny trail too hard on it, but if I convinced you to give me money to go speculate, technically I would be borrowing from you and I should be paying you interest, right? Somehow Wall Street flipped it where you pay them. How does that work? You pay them and they're going to go speculate with your money. There's no guarantee that they're going to bring anything home to you. Even if they lose, they still get their 1% fee. Derek is right. It is a scam. They have control. If they have control, you don't. Okay? College. Who makes more money? You or the college that you pay all of your student loan, your interest for the next 30 years to? The college does. So here's the idea behind control, guys. Whoever is benefiting the most has the highest degree of control. In a situation, the person that's benefiting the most, the group that's benefiting the most, they have the control. So to build an empire, you need control. Okay, there's nothing that you can do to get around that idea. Now, control starts with small things. So when I'm coaching clients, the first exercise I have them do, and my clients that are watching can vouch for this, I give them this booklet. I give them this booklet, Grant Cardone's Millionaire Booklet, 40 pages, because control starts with small things. We are not going to build wealth if we cannot control 40 pages of paper. Okay? You're talking about being a millionaire. That's millions of pieces of paper. Let's first learn to control 40 of them. Let's finish the book. Control starts on small things. It's how you build confidence. Confidence is self-trust. Okay? The other thing I have my clients do is I have them review 7 days worth of transactions. We pull up mint.com. I have an exercise that they go through and they start rating transactions, controlling 7 days worth of money. Because we just set a 20-year plan to control a lifetime, actually multiple lifetime, a legacy worth, a dynasty worth of money. We're going to start by controlling 7 days. If you can't control 7 days, there's no way in hell you're going to build this $1 million empire that pays your children's children. It just won't happen. Okay? Control starts with small stuff. That's an important thing to remember. So coaching is a series of putting you back in control over small parts of your finances. Okay? And then the last thing that you need to control to build your empire is where you get your information from. Okay? In today's day and age, all it takes is a good profile picture. All it takes is to be decent with words. All it takes is persistency, and you can be perceived as an expert. Now, I have a problem with that because I believe, and this is just my personal belief system, knowledge, the only validation of knowledge, there's no gray area here, the only validation of knowledge is results. If you do not have results, in my mind, you do not have knowledge. If you're trying to teach me about money and you don't have it, I don't believe you. If you're trying to teach me about wealth and you don't have it, I don't believe you. If you're trying to teach me about physical fitness and you're overweight, I don't believe you. If you're trying to teach me about medicine and you're a doctor and you smoke, I don't believe you. The only validation of knowledge is results. And so you need to listen and control where you get information from. Guys, this is why the 10X Growth Con is so important. The people that are speaking there are winning in business. You can go look at it and see the result that's tangible. Okay, they're not just up there being public speakers or Instagram stars. These guys are running multi-million dollars and billion-dollar corporations, and they have results. And if you ask them, they're going to tell you, yes, I got in control of my life. Now, I've been able to control my life really well these last 2 years. And you guys know I say this not to brag. I want to inspire you and show you what's capable. Before I do that, I want to tell you my backstory. I grew up in a town called Big Lake, Alaska. If you don't know where that is, Google it. Okay? 60 kids in my graduating class. I was a C student. My parents were divorced 3 times. Not separate times, from each other. One time they got divorced, remarried, divorced again, remarried, divorced again, remarried, divorced again. That happened over and over and over. Okay? I didn't go to college. I didn't have to have a place to live at the age of 19. Lexi and I didn't have a house. We were living on people's couches. We were sleeping in an abandoned house at one point when we were newlyweds. So what I'm showing you is my backstory. When I decided I was done, that's when I took control of my life. And I want to show you what I did to get there. So this coaching program that I have is I call it writing up my post. The stuff that has worked for me over the last 2 years, I have packaged it, I've codified it, I've put it into a coaching program, and the results are there. Okay? In the last 2 years, I've been able to take my income from $50,000 a year to $600,000 a year. And if you don't believe that, just look at what I'm doing. Look at my lifestyle. Look at the clients I'm helping. Look how many people I'm interacting with and engaging with. Okay? So that's the result I've been able to create. And I say that because if I can do it, guys, if I can do it, you can. I'm 25 years old. I have no business doing this. The reason it's working is because I have found a system that works. And if it works for someone like me, it works for you. I have all the disadvantages. There's no reason it should work for me. And so that's the coaching program I want to put you guys through. And I want to give you really quick on this video, as you're watching, the steps I took. And I wrote them down so that I can get them in accurate order. So the first thing that I did, I started setting goals to my human potential, not to just meet my means, not to just make ends meet. When I first began setting goals, I just did stuff other people said because it sounded cool. You know, I'd go to the class, I'd go to the 3-day event, and someone would say, I do this, and it sounded like the right answer, so then I'd be like, oh, I'm going to do that too because it sounds like the right answer. Maybe it is for them, it doesn't mean it is for me. So I sat down and I looked at what is my human potential, okay? Not just what am I happy with, not just what's going to take care of me and one other person that I'm married to because that's selfish. Even if it's 5 people because you have 3 kids, there's 7 billion people in the world. Think about more than just 7 of you guys. Okay? Or just 5 of you guys. I thought about my human potential. What did God make me capable of? It was a hell of a lot more than I was doing at the time. Okay? So when I got clear on that and got over just meeting my own needs and realized if I achieve my potential, my needs will always be taken care of. Okay? If it's bigger than I am, it's always going to be taken care of for me. That was the first thing I did. The second thing I did, I organized my finances, guys. 2 years ago, when I said enough is enough, I'm going to make this thing blow up, I organized my finances. Most people do not confront and do not take responsibility for their personal finances. They want to blame, oh, I have credit card debt because of this circumstance. Oh, I have a student loan because of college. It wasn't because of college. You swiped the freaking card. You signed the application. If you're underwater on your house, you signed the mortgage. It's your responsibility. I'm literally going to make a t-shirt as a wealth coach that says, it's not me, it's you. Personal responsibility. So organizing your finances, get an idea of your financial statement. What are your assets? If you can't tell me your assets right now in this second, it's already broken. What are your liabilities? What's your monthly income? What do you spend every month? What's your debt to asset ratio? What is your savings rate? What is your personal rate of return? A lot of us don't even know what that is. If you do not know the answers to that question, we need to organize your finances. That's the second thing I did. Okay. Third, I studied. Okay. I got on Cardone University 2 years ago. You guys have heard this story. It was the most money I'd ever spent on myself at that time. $997. And I studied every single day. Guys, I have done 6 videos a day on that program for 2 years straight. I know it like the back of my hand. And it's because I have studied. This year in 2017, I have spent over 6 figures on personal development. And I'm not including plane tickets and food. I'm talking about I have bought programs and spent money on coaching and spent money on activities that cause me to grow mentally and spiritually. Okay? It's going to take money. It's going to take you studying. It's going to take you putting in time. So that's the third thing is I studied. Okay? Fourth is I hired experts. I have 4 coaches. I have a coach that helps me with sales. I have a coach that helps me with marketing. I have a coach that helps me with business, and then I have a coach that helps me with connections. On an annual basis, collectively, I pay these people over $125,000 a year. It takes money. You are not going to get time from an expert if you are not paying for coaching. And the people that are giving it away, those are the ones you should run from. The dude with the $50 ebook course and the webinars, don't talk to that guy. His time is not worth it. He's selling it for $50. Okay? You are going to have to pay for experts in your life if you want to build an empire. It's just the way it happens. You're not going to get access to people if you're not willing to pay. In reality, time is more important than money. You should be using your money to get time, not the other way around. Okay? And then the last thing I did is I got out of obscurity. I started sharing my goals publicly. And I had to get over the false sense of humility that we're taught about. Many of us don't even know what humility means. When you look up humility, not the definition, I want you to go to the etymology. And I want you to tell me whether or not you cringe when you read the word humility. It's not a biblical word. It's an English word. Like somebody made it up a couple hundred years ago, and we all think it's this great thing. I'm never going to tell my kids be lowly. I'm never going to tell my kids if you are great at something, tell everyone you're not. That's not humility. That's actually lying. It's dishonest. Okay? So you need to promote what you're about, what you're doing, where you're going, where you're headed. Get out of obscurity. And be proud of what you do. Keep your head up and keep your chest out and make sure that you are out there pushing in the marketplace, pushing in the world, telling people where you're going, even if you're not there yet. Nobody's there yet, okay? Now, part of this getting out of obscurity thing is you're going to have to connect with people. Building a network was one of the single most powerful things that I have done. That's why 10X matters. That's why going to the Growth Con matters. Going with 20 of my clients, there's opportunity just right there. Plus 10,000 people in the room, of which I know a good portion, and I can connect you guys. That's part of my job as your coach, is to expand your network out. Okay, so I'm going to run through really quick. I want you in this coaching program, guys. We have 13 tickets left. We started it on Wednesday. 7 of them sold in 2 days. They will be gone by next week. Some of you are watching now, and you know I'm talking to you. I want you on this program. I want you in Vegas with me. We have talked before, and you know this is the right thing to do. So really quick, I want to run through what this includes. Then I've got to sign out. So you're going to get wealth coaching. You and I are working on your financial plan, your wealth plan. You're going to get access to that online. You can log in anytime and look at it. Okay, you're going to get an initial consultation where we take your big picture stuff, we turn it into daily, weekly, and monthly metrics. Okay, what are you doing on a day-to-day, week-to-week, month-to-month basis to move the ball forward? You're going to get a 30-minute coaching call with me every month focused on the accountability, answering your questions, helping you come up with solutions, and connecting you to the right people and the right systems to expand you out. In addition to that, you're going to get access to the full version of Cardone University. It's a $19,000 program, guys. Over 1,500 videos broken into 4 certification modules. It is the single thing that I say my success came from over the last 2 years. Guaranteed, okay? You're going to get training on that. You're going to be on that every day. I'm going to coach you on that program. It's going to include leadership training, sales training, business training, finance training, overcoming objections, negotiating, prospecting. Even if you don't think you're in business and you're just like, hey, all I do is invest, try investing without knowing how to prospect for leads and negotiate with people. You're not going to get far, okay? You're also going to get live weekly mastermind calls with Steve Spray. Steve works with Grant Cardone. Steve makes over $1 million a year on a W-2 commission income, which is ridiculous to me, okay? We have a monthly mastermind group live here in Anchorage. You're going to get access to that. All of my clients meeting up once a month just in our Facebook group, and that's not even everybody. We've got over 120 people. Okay, imagine all of that in one room with a speaker that comes in and talks about how they're winning, they're doing the wealth thing the way that we want it to be done, and they're going to teach you what they did. And then you're going to network with people, you're going to create opportunities, you're going to find business, you're going to find referrals. Okay, you're going to get access to that network. You're also getting access to our Facebook community and our private group text, which is only for Wealth Dynamics University students. Okay, the network is huge, guys. When you start climbing, not everybody you know is coming with you. The isolation factor is a real thing. So you need to have a community. In addition to all of that, I'm going to pay for your ticket into 10X Growth Con. You and 19 other clients of mine are coming down to Vegas February 22nd through 24th at the Mandalay Bay. We're going to spend 3 days just expanding ourselves, expanding our thinking, our planning, our ideas, our networks, all of that stuff. Okay, the price on the coaching, there's some commitments, time prices and monetary prices. Money first is $257 a month. I need a 3-year commitment from you. Okay, if you can't do that, it's not worth our time to discuss it. After that, in addition, you're going to need to do 3 videos a day on Cardone University. You need to pass your test with an 80% score or higher. You need to show up to every coaching session we have on time with your homework done. You need to work hard in between, and then you need to listen. Because your thoughts and opinions, if you're saying I want to move forward and expand and progress, your thoughts and opinions are not valid. If you're saying I don't like where I'm at now, I want to improve, the stuff that got you there is not going to get you forward. You need to get rid of it and get new stuff. That's where listening comes in. So guys, I'm going to post the link in the comments here really quick. I have 13 slots left. These will be gone by next week, I promise you. Go ahead and use the link, direct message me, text me 907-414-5337 if you're interested. I want to take you to Vegas. I want to coach you over the next 3 years and make 2018 the year that you build your empire. Thank you for watching. Share this. If you're a client of mine and you're winning, let people hear about that, okay? Have a great Friday. I'll talk to y'all later.